People always ask me if I enjoy painting, and I always give them the same answer. I absolutely love it.
What is wrong with you?
And the reason is I have a series of processes, procedures, and products that make the process go very easy. And in this video, I'm going to share them with you. In this video, we're going to go over proper prep, correct materials, the correct order, and common mistakes that are easily avoided. When you're planning to paint your room, you want to consider a couple things. If you're painting the ceiling, the trim, and the walls, or just the walls. We recommend painting all three, and trust us, we'll explain why later on in the video. And when you're measuring for paint, you want to make sure you're measuring for 2 coats, because that is critical. Also, when you're planning, go over what kind of patches and prep work you're going to do to the walls. Do they need to be sanded? Are there patches that need to be filled, holes that need to be filled, anchors that need to be pulled out? That's all needs to be addressed in the planning stages, so you can get the right material to fix all those issues before paint even goes on the wall. The planning stages is one of the most important parts. If you wing it, it's going to be not enjoyable. The next thing to consider is the proper surface prep. This is the little and obvious things like removing outlet and switch covers, cobwebs off the walls, cleaning and degreasing doors and high traffic areas. Everything is going to be highlighted once it's painted, and if there's a defect, it's going to glow, it's not going to hide. Materials and paint selection. When it comes to the paint, we don't recommend you going to any box stores. You're going to want to go to a premium paint store like Sherwin-Williams or Benjamin Moore. The cheap paint is going to cost you in the long run because you're not going to be happy with how it looks, and you're going to pay someone like me to fix it, further making sure you never do it again. When you're picking the paints, ceilings are to be flat, walls, satin. Walls are subjective, but we recommend satin. Trim, semi-gloss to gloss, whatever you're into. Some of the tools you're going to need to do this project, obviously you're going to need a good brush. Don't get a cheap brush. Go to Lowe's and get these tools. We're going to have a PDF in the description down below that you can download, print, and bring with you to the store to make sure you get everything you need.
Is there a project you're working on? I know more than you. All right.
Get purdy tools, get a purdy brush. You want to get a 9-inch roller, a roller cover. They typically have 3 packs of roller covers. Pick that up. You're going to want drop cloths, 9-inch trays, and pans. If you don't have a broom in your house, you're going to want to pick up a cheap pole so you can reach up high when you're painting. It's going to make things very convenient. And if you're buying tape, no more tan tape. This isn't the 90s. Get a high-end tape like frog tape, blue frog tape. Heavily recommended. So I recommended that you paint the walls, ceiling, and trim in any room that you're painting, unless the trim is wood and hasn't been painted yet. The reasons are, as you live in this space and you need to do touch-ups, you don't want to have to paint your full ceiling later on down the line. If something happens and you need to do a touch-up in the ceiling, you're going to have to paint the full ceiling. You can avoid that by painting it now while you're motivated. So this simple trick might add a little bit of time, but you're going to be thankful you did it in the event that you have a spill, a leak, or your kids shoot something on the ceiling and it leaves a mark. So the order is ceilings first, then trim and doors. As the ceiling dries, as you finish the trim, you start the walls. As my father's rolling off the ceiling, I'm gonna get started cutting in these walls and windows, keeping things productive. And the process actually goes really quickly. And when you buy the 3-pack of rollers, you can just go right from the ceiling paint, slap a new cover right on it, and you're onto the wall paint. So if you don't want to buy multiple brushes and you want to get this done pretty quickly, just once you're done the trim, wash your brush out, get started on the walls. I'm going to touch on why to do 2 coats. So any product guarantee from any manufacturer is based on a 2-coat cover. If it doesn't clean up as it's advertised, if it doesn't look as it's advertised, it's because you didn't do 2 coats. And if you do 2 coats, you want to make sure that there's enough dry time, which is at least 45 minutes to an hour with low humidity in a good environment, which are normal house conditions. Nothing crazy, and you should be in good shape to start the 2nd coat. Some common mistakes to avoid: poor planning. Make sure you do the math right. We have a whole video on how to calculate the amount of paint you need for a project. So, and it's not a long video, a couple minutes, check it out. Do not skip the prep. Don't skip the cleaning, don't skip the wiping off the cobwebs, don't skip the sanding. Every step you skip is gonna lower the quality of the finished product. Don't paint out of order. It's gonna keep you on track. It's gonna keep the project efficient. It's gonna keep you smiling. It's gonna keep you having fun when you do it, because look, painting is fun. You just have to do it the right way.
Get a load of this guy.
Also, one quick note, make sure you do this to your roller. Make sure you wrap it in tape and rip the tape off of it, because you're gonna see that all the lint that's gonna come off, you don't wanna be picking that off of your walls throughout the whole project. Another thing is, don't rush the dry times. Like I touched on before, 45 minutes to an hour in between coats. Make sure you can put your finger in it, push hard, and not leave an imprint. No fingerprints in the paint, and you're good to go. Alright, so now that you got all those steps, you have the tools, you have the know-how, you got the process, you know what paints to get, you're in good shape. Now, the last thing I'm going to touch on is not every project is a DIY project. If your ceilings are high, if you're doing a stairwell, second floor living rooms, these are not homeowner friendly projects, and areas with heavy repairs, leave to the professionals. If you're going to have a bunch of drywall repairs and you don't know what you're doing, it's going to show. And you're not going to be happy with that. Projects can drag. If you follow my process, it shouldn't, but sometimes it does. You know, you're working off hours, you're working into the night, you got work the next morning. We get it. So if you're rushing for a holiday, if you're rushing for a party, call a professional. See how quickly they can get it in and get it done.
What do you mean by that?
You might pay a pretty penny, but you're going to be very satisfied with the end result. Alright guys, I hope this was helpful. Please head over to some other videos on our channel and make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching. My name's Gino, and this is Gino's Power Washing and Painting. Have a great day.